Hey everyone, how you doing today? Thought I'd show you an update on this starter CV, and it's coming along pretty good. It's got a little bit more to do in it yet, but it is almost complete, almost. So I did skin the hull of the ship now, and I did make a couple block changes along the way in places, mainly around these rear thrusters over here. I did go with a round pattern instead of the squares pattern that I had prior. A little bit better, I think. Um, I'm trying to think on what else has changed in here much. Let's jump inside and I'll kind of show you what it's about and where it's at. Now, on the last video, I did do up this hangar area for the most part, and I did a couple tweaks in here since then. Not too much, but like added like the little red thing over there and a couple little things. I'll probably do a little bit more of that before I release it as well throughout the ship on the inside. Just little things like I think the ceiling could look a little better than what it does right now and stuff like that. So I'll try to work on that. Moving on through the ship, this area is still not done. But I'm close. I've got to basically rework the ceiling, and I'm working out places for like the core and additional CPU blocks and things like that. Probably in this location over here. Um, my thing, I think I finally thought of a solution. Basically, problem I've got with this, there's two issues with my location for the core. Is this one is this wall is really thin, and two is right next to this warp core over here. If you walk down this walkway here, so what I think I'm going to do is actually set up the CPU cores to go on this block row here and have the player walk out on this area. This will keep you away from the warp core so you don't get the effects from that. As you can see, if I walk close to it, I get the radiation and a little temperature increase there, and I don't really want that. So I got to work out that. Going up to the top over here, this area was mostly done. I think I want to do a little bit of a lighting tweak in here yet, and maybe see if I can find some ways to add in some kind of detail, something. But here is you got two 18 grow plot farms. I did remove all the grow plots now, and they are on switches for the grow lights, things like that. Beyond that, there's a location here for a teleporter if you want to pop one in. There's a sensor right above it called teleporter. If you assign the teleporter to that sensor, it will only activate when you walk on this block right here. And then, of course, you got your pilot and co-pilot seats on the front there. I gotta install a switch or something for this drone hatch that's above there. It's using a regular door this time instead of some other kind of door. It's a little bit stronger. It is an armored door too. Not that it has a huge amount of hit points, but nothing on the ship really has a lot of hit points. It is a steel-built starter ship. There is no cargo extensions or grow plots or anything on the outside body though, so the body does not have those visible. It is all at least a block row of steel between between the outside and the inside of the ship, anywhere you look at it at. Trying to think here. Sorry, I'm a little congested right now, so it's I talk occasionally. It's like I got a cough, and it's not. I don't have any viruses. I don't believe. I think it just I don't know, got a little bit run down, I think. So that is pretty much the extent of the ship. I hopefully will get a chance to get this finished. There's some more tweaks and things I want to do to it before I release it, and possibly a little bit of a change on thrusters again. And I've been kind of comparing that to existing starter CVs that I've got that are still current and valid in Reforged Eden and the modern versions of the game, I would say this one is close, probably the closest to specs to the Wayfarer. But it outdoes the Wayfarer in a couple of things. It has literally double the storage on it than the Wayfarer. So this one has two 320K storage bays in it, and then it has two ammo boxes, each with 14K storage for ammo. So 28K ammo storage. The Wayfarer only had a single 320K storage bay, and I think something like a 14K ammo bay on it. So a little bit more there. The Wayfarer had 36 grow plots. This one does as well. Well, it doesn't come stock with them like the Wayfarer did. You have to add those, but it has room for them. A couple things like that. Now, it's a slightly more expensive ship too than the Wayfarer. So let's dive into the specs here. And we'll get to the CPU as well. For CPU. So we're at 5 hours 7-minute build time. I believe the Wayfarer was close to that, a little bit less, but 4 hours and 40-minute build time. So yeah, I guess this one does have about 27-minute longer build time. Keep in mind though, the Wayfarer did not come stock with a shield. So if I were to add a shield in here, I'd probably up this number a little bit on how long it takes to build. Now this is set up for more upgrades than the Wayfarer. The Wayfarer, obviously, you'd put in a shield. And I think it had a location for a generator. This one does. Let's go over all the upgrade things on here too. But back to the specs real quick. One issue that I'm having is because it has a shield stock in this ship, it is requiring 65 estrium and zirconium. And I'm not sure if I should have a shield in here stock, because of these the requirements here. And also I'm looking at an unlock level of 15 on here, and it's supposed to be 10. So there's something I've got on this ship right now that is causing it to be unlock level 15, and I am also curious if that could possibly be the shield. Hold on. Yes, it is the shield. So the shield is requiring the ship to be 5 higher levels in player. I said that really strangely. Okay, so it requires it to be player level 15 instead of 10, and requires some estrium and zirconium. Ouch. So my question to you is, should it come stock with a shield, or should I just remove that and have that as yet another upgrade option on here? It kind of actually sounds sensible that I would remove it now. I didn't realize it was going to cost so much in the unlock level either. It did not when I released these other ships, so that's probably a stat change along the way. Like for instance, I believe is it this ship? Yeah, I think the Shade, or the Creel Shade, has a shield in it as well, and I bet you I'm looking at the same thing going on here. Yeah, unlock level 15. This used to be 10, and also requires 65 estrium and zirconium. So, well, anyway, by trying to show you guys this, I kind of found my answer to a question there I had. So I'm actually kind of steering towards removing the shield now and just say, you know, a placeholder, it's got a spot for it, you can pop it in there, but it's going to require you to be 5 player levels higher to spawn the ship in and require those rare materials. Not a lot of them, but still, if you're just starting out and want to get flying around, it's harder to acquire those things. So maybe I'll remove the shield off from there. I'm trying to think of other specs that could be important on this. CPU currently, I'm 110 over. It's not by much, and I don't think that even affects the efficiency level. But there's something else I want to do too, and I feel this ship does not have enough forward thrust on it. I've got 4 of these 1x2 thrusters in the back. Obviously, it's set up to upgrade to go to large thrusters back here, which totally fixed the problem. But stock, it only can hit 58 ms forward, and that is in creative with weights and volumes not operational. So that really scares me. Basically, if you go flying around in space and you get flanked by a group of drones or something, you're not going to be able to outrun them, not stock. And that kind of scares me. But then again, you know, if I look back at these other ships, they also couldn't outrun them either, because none of these stock were hitting the speeds necessary to do that. But I don't know. I keep on wondering if I shouldn't. You know, although I hate to do it, I hate to remove any thrusters. In fact, I want more thrust, period, all the way around on this ship. But I could potentially remove like one of these per side up here, put in some like placeholders or a grate or something there, so you can add it back in place. later, and then pop in a couple more back over here, which would give it a nice little jump in its forward thrust, which I think I'd rather have more forward thrust as opposed to being able to stop quicker. Um, if you had to take your pick between one or the other, I think it'd be more beneficial. So I'll probably end up reworking that as well. Um, and now I'm starting to steer that. Yeah, I might leave the shield out of it, stock, due to the player level requirements in the Estrium and Zecosium required for the shield. So I think I answered that question. So other than that, if you have any ideas or comments or anything like that, I mean, I'm getting really close to finishing this ship up. I've got to finish off engineering. I got to put the lights on sensors, RAM stores on sensors, and that kind of thing. And I did want to add in a couple more fuel tanks. It only has 2 in it, and I think that's light on fuel tanks. I'm trying to reference, what I put in past ships as well. Like, yeah, I got 6 in the Wayfarer. So, yeah, 4 or 2 currently on the new ship is not very good, is it? So that is something that's going to have to change. 7 on the Shade. Pioneer has also got 6. Yeah, so there's no reason I should have this new ship with so little fuel tanks, considering it's actually the biggest of all these starter CVs by a little bit. But every one of these, like this is 4-hour 37-minute build time, 4 hours 40-minute build time. This one is a 4-hour and 56-minute build time, and this one, obviously with the shield in it, is the 5-hour and 7-minute build time. So they're all very, very close. But this is at the high end of the price of any of these past starter CVs. And the Scarbago is going to remain the cheapest starter CV I ever made. And it is cheap. It is cheap. It's 2-hour and 31-minute build time. But it's less ship. It's less ship. It's got less docking, less farm, less storage, less of everything pretty much. And it's cheaper. But for depending on what you're doing in the game, that could be the best bet. If you plan on getting into a bigger ship, and this is just a very temporary thing, until you get that bigger ship, it'd probably be more economical to have that than any one of these other ones. But if you're going to use it for a while and gather lots of resources and do lots of galaxy exploring and stuff, these other ships would probably be better for you. All depends what your play style is and what your goals are in the game. But other than that, I'm almost done with it. Some more tweaks and things like that. I may possibly get this out before Christmas. Now it's Tuesday right now. Christmas is already Saturday. I might have some time to work on it later today and maybe a little bit tomorrow. And if I can get this kind of short list of things done, like maybe a little bit of thruster reworking, I need to clean up some things, a little final detail stuff, sensors and stuff like that. Probably info LCD telling you about putting in all the parts, and then take the screenshots and make a Steam post and get all that uploaded and out there. I'm probably talking like a combined total of about like 6 hours of time yet. Before I can get this to the workshop fully finished. But I'm going to try to do it this week. If I don't succeed, don't be pissed. I'll get it out early next week. It's a hectic time. I got more Christmas shopping to do. I got other things I got to be putting my attention to. And it's been that way for a couple days now too. So I haven't had a huge amount of time to work on this, but I'm getting to the point where it's almost done. Pretty happy about that. Trying to figure out how it's going to rate and stack up next to the other starter CVs I did. I'd say it's got, with every one of these, they kind of have some pros and cons. They're all similar. The interior layout of every one of these is similar. A couple of these have lower doors and kind of a room down over there. Like the Wayfarer didn't, but the Shade and the Pioneer do. This one does not, but it has side doors. So the layout's ever so slightly different on the inside, but it's pretty much the same idea. They've got a rear hangar, and then they got 2 floors on the front side of the ship. And that is exactly what every one of these ships is doing. I like that layout, especially for a small ship, but that even translates pretty good to bigger ships, depending on how big and what kind of shape that ship is. But these designs like this that are more of a rectangle in one way or another all seem to work out pretty good with that layout. I haven't found a better way to do it yet. To get all that stuff in the space. Now, comparing this to the Wayfarer some more, the Wayfarer had a very nice top landing pad, which you could park most HVs or SV. Well, I'd say SVs. I'm not sure if you can get the HVs up there or not, but it did have a pretty good sized landing pad on it, where this one is narrower. But it can fit like the Mercury Infiltrator just fine. And then you have a couple small landing pads up here that can fit like an MX2 or something small for an SV over there. And then the hangar itself is a little bit deeper than the Wayfarer, but also not as wide. So again, you can fit whatever fits in here, I guess. But like a Merc Mav, you could probably fit two Merc Mavs, one in front of the other in here. So about that size ship, probably a little bit wider than that too, but not by a lot. Anyway, I am kind of excited about it. Some other changes based on like the Wayfarer. The Wayfarer wasn't set up to do mining at all. This one it does have a little bit with that, where you can put in. It's got locations for 4 mining drills on the front. It would require you to replace one of the two controllers to a harvest controller for that to actually work and for you to collect the stuff. But yeah, that can be done, and it also has twice the storage capacity as the Wayfarer, at least with cargo systems. Now the Wayfarer had quite a lot of cargo boxes, where this ship I don't think has any currently. That's something else I might want to look at. So other than that, it's a little bit more pricey. It's set up for more upgrades, like the thruster upgrades. It's got locations for 2 additional generators, stuff like that. So it's a little bit more upgradable. It can do a little bit more function with the mining, but overall, it kind of does the same general thing as the Wayfarer, just a little bit higher end model, I suppose, directly compared to it. And like the Pioneer and the Shade, they're kind of a mix in between the two. Like the Shade has very, very close to the same storage as this new one. The Pioneer not as much, but better than the Wayfarer. All these ships, except for the Bago, have more storage than the Wayfarer in container controller systems. So this one was just kind of pushing the envelope a little bit more, trying to be like the very theoretical maximum I could pull off in this size type ship, or this style starter CV. So anyway, that's about all I got for today. I wanted to just do an update video. I kind of wanted to do a video on texturing this as well, but I started recording it, and it's slow, and it's cumbersome, and it's annoying, and it wouldn't have made a very good video. So I just decided not to bother, and I'll just show you what it looks like all textured up. The texturing, especially going over like the whole hull of something, is probably one of the slowest and boringest things to watch. And I kind of showed some of that. The general method I'm using to texture a ship like this with the supremacy on some of those videos. And I can do something again. Maybe if I get a small thing to texture sometime, I will try to do another texture video on this. It would be kind of neat to actually see how the rest of them are done too. Like the Creel is very different. Textured very differently than this. The humans are close to that. MCRN is close to that too, but with a different colors, and then the Scar is very close to the humans as well. So a lot of these kind of fit in there. The two more unique ones are actually the Creel and the MCRN. The Creel especially, the whole method of texturing on the Creel is different, as it depends on a gradient color scheme. Like you can see the different shades of purple here going along the side, and that is the major difference. And the textures used are different too, and it embraces a lot more in the purple texture light things that are what these other ships do. So anyway, that's all I've got for today. I just wanted to get an update video out so you know where I'm at on this. and kind of general thing on when to expect it to be released. Again, if I can get it out this week before Saturday, I will try to do that. But of course, I want to make sure it's I'm happy with everything before I release it, and then it works right and all that fun stuff. So I just want to get a video out today and show you where things were at. I've been pretty busy lately, so I haven't been doing too much in videos. I do have a lot of ideas for future videos and things I was thinking about that would be kind of neat and fun to do in the realm of Empyrion. Building and things like that. There's some ideas and things I wanted to try out, and there's also this experiment I did a little while back with gravity. I wanted to show you sometime too. Show you the results of trying to do some weird things with gravity and what actually happens. Okay. But anyway, you all have yourself a good day, and let me know if you got any questions or comments or whatever. I appreciate it, and you have yourself a great day.